Hello, everybody. So this is the little presentation of the schedule application that we offer for Ganshi to discuss, and we will speak about the problems that this application can solve, also the uh, users for whom this application is developed, and also how we can, as Ganshik, how we can maintain this application, how we will manage it. And I hope in this way we can collect some of your feedback and to see how we can move on with this. So first of all, the problem that we all know is that we have a schedule in many places, and there are a lot of changes, and sometimes people complain that it's hard to see the information. For example, if you want to see the daily schedule in the WhatsApp, you have a lot of messages you need to scroll, you need to look for the message with the weekly program, and also sometimes people say they don't know where to see the official and the actual information for the global schedule. So the main problem we want to solve is, let's say, the accessibility. So the schedule is easy accessible for anyone, and ease of use. So it's easy to use, and also it's let's say one source of truth. So all people know that we have an application, yes, and in this application all information is actual, and they can um, trust the schedule. So since we have people who are living here and who lives here in the GAR, and who are more interested into the daily practices, weekly practices, and also we have people who are more interested, or not more, but just also interested in the global schedule, and some of them live here, some of them considering come, and they're more interested in the program related to global events that we plan. So this way we have weekly schedule and we have the global schedule. So another problem that we want to solve with this application is the decreasing the time for managing the schedule for Ganchi, for communication director. So we want to have possibility to change the schedule in one place, and it's automatically changed in the application, and we don't need to update in all possible channels that we have this change. Of course, we also can do as an additional communication, but we want to like spend as less time as possible for this work. So basically, this is the idea, and now I will show you basically how the application is working. So first of all, this application is created with the Google product, which is called AppSheet. So it's like application sheet. So basically, this product helps you to create some simple application without any programming, without any coding. So it's so-called no-code applications. And Sebastian, he showed us this app sheet in the last Mandarava group chain, where we had the schedule made with the app sheet, and all people appreciated it, and even some people at the beginning it was not so easy for them to understand how to use this. We explained to them, and then everybody was happy. So we have some good experience with this, and we may consider using it again. So this app sheet allows us to create, let's say, a web page that you can open from any device, from a mobile device, from your computer, and it doesn't require you to install some additional software or to install this application. So you can use it just a web browser link. You can add it to bookmarks. Also, for people who want to like download this and to install this is also this possibility. but the main thing that it's easy to use on any platform, and it's automatically adjust its view for the platform related to the schedule. So for example, if I will make it bigger, you see it's kind of changing the layout, and if you make it smaller, then you have more information visible. Okay, so we have two main things. One is the weekly schedule and another is weekly calendar. And also we have global calendar and global events list. So when we speak about the weekly schedule, you know, we have this advanced weekly maker, schedule maker. So basically this is the spreadsheet that we use for creating a weekly schedule. And we see its representation here. So we can see the date, start, end, place, title, and so on, and person can look through it on the in this application. Also, it's possible to filter. For example, if I want to see events only related to Vajra dance, I can do it, and then I can see at which days, at which time we have the practice of Vajra dance. Also, maybe it would be useful to add time here, so it's also visible which not time, sorry, the weekdays, so it's also visible at which day this event is happening. And also, like, there is possibility to click and to see information about some particular practice. And the other way to see it is let's say weekly and the monthly view is a calendar. So maybe monthly is not so much relevant, but weekly maybe more, so you can see during the week how it looks like, and also you can have a daily view, and you can see it as you see it in the Google Calendar, for example. This is something that most of people who use Google Calendar are familiar with this type of view. So you can also scroll, and you can see and adjust it to your schedule. So this is what about the weekly calendar. So once again, we have list view and we have the calendar view. So this is two options that we have. And about the global calendar, once again, we have the calendar view, so we can see different events. Planned for upcoming months, and you see that they are. You can see the lengths of these events, and you can have this once again the month's view. And the global events list is basically another view, another way to represent the events that we are planning. So there is event title, start date, ending date, instructor, category, and place. And you know that these events, they are created from this file, which is called events list event Zamlingar, from the glue only. And when we add something with the confirmed label, we can see this in this application. And also what is good here, that if you have, for example, Simzin of Devaja, you can click this link for registration. Now it's just some random link to some form, but you can click it, and you can have files attached here. For example, it could be retreat materials, it could be registration links. So the good thing is that whenever you need to add some corresponding information to the event, you can do this, and it's easier for people. They see event, they see the link at one place. We can add like more information about the event link, or I don't know, text of the practice if it's relevant, or registration link. So we can do this. So basically that's it. It's very basic version, let's say, of this application. And yeah, as I said, also I didn't say, but we also can, for example, choose category. And for example, if we are interested in only Yantra Yoga event, we can have the filter for Yantra Yoga. Or maybe if we are interested in the Vajra dance, we can also see only events that are planned related to the larger dance. So this is something that it's maybe useful for people. So in this way, I show you like two main things: the weekly schedule, which could be represented as just a list of events, or for people maybe someone wants to see this in the daily view. And the second thing is the global, which also can be represented by the calendar view or by the global events list, more like a list view. So this is what this application can do. It's quite simple. It's a basic version, as I said. We can later develop it. We can add more functionality. Also, it could be more, let's say, colorful. We can add some design here later, and also we can add here like a starting, let's say, screen. When you open application, you can the user can see some let's say presentation how to use this app, how to use this application, what is inside, and so on. And the contact form can be added. So basically, we can add a lot of stuff there. How this application is created. So this is, let's say, the application builder. So it's basically the app sheet itself, the Google product or Google service that allow us to create this application. And the logic of this product is super simple. So basically, you have two main things. One is the data, so it's the sources of the data, and in our case is two spreadsheets. So once again, what is nice about this product, why it's super easy to use, and why people who don't know any programming can work with this, is that as a source you can use just spreadsheets. So as you can see here, since we have weekly schedule and global schedule, we are using as the source of the data two spreadsheets that we have: list of events Zamlingar and advanced weekly schedule maker. So in order to represent, in order to show only information in this application that we need, not to show everything here, we created two files, two tabs, two like copies of the spreadsheets. So one for the global, it's called app global. So you can see here that it's adding only, there is some formula here that we added, and according to this formula, if you open this and if you open all the things that are hidden here, you can see that there is some condition, and this condition related to this yes mark. So it means it will add only those events who are marked with yes button. For example, we also can add cancelled events if we need. So this is more up to us how we can, which information to add, how we decided to use it. So this is something we can adjust all together, and we can decide which information should use. Also, as I said, we can add links here, so it could be registration, and we can add these things like additional materials or anything to the spreadsheet. And once we add them here, they will automatically appear in the application. So this is how the source file, the data file, looks like for the global events. And the same, we created an additional file which is called app weekly, which is basically a copy of the schedule export file that we use. And what we the only thing we need to do here is that we need to make sure that each time when we updating the schedule, in this file. We do it on end of the week, like on Sunday, because then the people can see the schedule, or maybe on Friday, but then we need to decide a little bit here. Maybe we need to have not only 1 week in this application, but maybe 2 weeks, so the previous week and the next, or the actual weeks and the next week. Because if we change here the information for example, next week, then we don't see information for Saturday and Sunday, because we usually change the schedule on Friday. So these little technical things, it's easy to solve, and this is one of the just question that we need to arrange, and also to agree how we will manage this. So basically, these are two files that you can see here. One is the weekly schedule, one is the actual events. And what you see here is, let's say, the way that this application, it understand each column of our spreadsheets, and what this column stands for, and so on and so on. I will not go into details, but this is, let's say, a way that we create a database for our schedule, for our application. And the second thing, when we selected the data that we want to have, the second thing is to decide on the view, how we want to represent this information. It's called view, like how we want to let users view this information. And you can see here that there is, if we open this site tab, you can see here that it's showing how the weekly calendar looks like, and we also can, you see, choose a different type. For example, we can use deck, and then it will be like this way, or maybe the table, or maybe the gallery, then it's like this, and so on and so on. So there are different types of the views. For example, for global calendar, we can use a table, or we can use gallery, and then we just can see the list of events. So this is different options that we have, and you can see that it's allowed to see how it's look on the mobile, how it will looks on the tablet, and also there is a desktop, so you can also check how it will looks on different devices. And that's it. And all other things are about the, like, how to make it more designed, more colorful, how to add some additional tabs, how to organize this menu so it looks nice, and so on and so on. It's all secondary and super easy to solve tasks, so we can do this. And I just spent a little time explaining how the things work, so you have an idea that it's quite simple, and it's easy to maintain, and it's not of course you need to understand a little the logic of how it works, but it's something that any of us can do, and that's why it's something easy that we can manage in the future. It doesn't require like some programmers and developers, some engineer to support this. And also, once we set up the process, for example, for the global events, we don't need even to set up anything. We just need to decide what information we want to add, yes, what we want to show. And we just need to know that whenever we need to add some content, some links to materials or to registration, how to do this. And we can show how to do this to the Ganchi or communication director, wherever, who will support, who will work, who will manage this application. But more or less, it will be automatically, as you can see. And the same for the weekly, it will be totally automatically. So we just need to decide here that we, for example, show 2 weeks, and in this way, it would be easy for people to show the weekly schedule, to see the weekly schedule. And for the person who will manage this, it's only about like having one additional tab where to copy the schedule. And maybe we don't need like to post it in the WhatsApp group, for example, or to Facebook. Maybe we can decrease amount of posting everywhere if we know and if we little by little educate people that we have this application, maybe not instantly, but little by little, saying that we for example, offering you this application, and for a month, I don't know, for some couple of weeks, we will collect your feedback from this, and if everyone like this, then we substitute our posting in different channels with this information, substitute only with this application, and it will save us time, so we don't need so much in posting, and for people it's easy to get the information they need, and it's always actual, because if we change something here, or if we change something here in our main file, then it instantly reflected into the application. So more or less that's it. Thank you for your time. I would be happy for your feedback and for any questions related to this. We probably can discuss it on the one of the Ganchi meetings. And also along with this video, I will send you the link to the application so you can test it yourself. That's it. Thank you very much.